The album he knew would be his last. Leonard Cohen knew he was dying. He didn't say it directly, he never did, but in every line of his final album, You Want It Darker, the message was there, hidden between the poetry and pain, delivered in that same gravelly whisper that had haunted us for decades. He recorded the album while sitting in a special medical chair in his home. His spine was so damaged he could no longer walk properly. Breathing was hard. Even sitting upright for long was a struggle. But the music kept coming. He called it his death album. And in it he faced the end with eyes wide open. The title track, You Want It Darker, begins with one of the most powerful opening lines in modern music. If you are the dealer, I'm out of the game. Leonard wasn't fighting anymore. He was letting go. The song is filled with religious imagery spoken in Hebrew and English. It feels like a prayer or maybe a surrender. And at the center of it all, Leonard sings the word Hineni. It's an ancient Hebrew word that means, here I am. It was the same word spoken by Abraham in the Bible when God called on him. It meant, I am ready, I am listening. Leonard was ready too. He had nothing left to prove. No awards he needed, no stadiums to fill, just one more chance to say what he needed to say before he was gone. And in every song on that album, he spoke directly to death, like it was an old friend finally coming for him. But he also spoke to us. He sang about love, regret, mistakes, faith, desire, and how even after a lifetime of searching, he still didn't have all the answers. In Treaty, he sang, I'm angry and I'm tired all the time. I wish there was a treaty we could sign. He was talking about life itself, the war between what we want and what we get, between who we are and who we pretend to be. And just days after the album was released, Leonard Cohen died in his years. Leap. It wasn't a dramatic ending. No flashing headlines, no scandal, no mystery, just silence. And somehow that silence felt louder than anything he had ever sung. But Leonard left us with something more than songs. He left us with a truth he had carried his whole life, a truth he whispered to the world in his final months, a confession about why he never stopped writing even when his body gave out. And that truth was discovered in a final interview, one that few people saw. It wasn't about fame, it wasn't about the money, it was about something much deeper, something Leonard never said out loud, until the very end. The confession that changed everything. Shortly before his death, Leonard gave one last interview. He was thin, fragile, his voice lower than ever, but his mind was still sharp, his words still dangerous and beautiful. And then he said something no one expected. When asked why he kept working, even while dying, Leonard paused. Then he said, I've always been attracted to the broken. He said he wrote songs not to escape the pain, but to make peace with it. He said he never truly believed in happiness the way most people did. For Leonard, life was about finding beauty inside the cracks. That's why his songs never felt fake. They were made from real sorrow, from loss, from lonely hotel rooms and empty streets, from watching people he loved die and feeling helpless to stop it. He once wrote, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. It became one of his most famous lines. But few people knew that it wasn't just poetry. It was his way of surviving. Even in his final days, Leonard didn't run from pain. He leaned into it. He turned it into art, into music, into something we could hold when life got too hard. And that's why he still matters. Not because he was rich, not because he had a hit song, but because he understood what it meant to be human. He gave us permission to feel lost and still carry on, to love even when we're scared, to create even when we're broken. That was Leonard Cohen's final gift. Not just an album, not just a letter, but a lesson. A reminder that even the darkest voices can shine a light. And as long as we keep listening, Leonard Cohen never really died.